Champ, back with another YouTube live stream. Shalom, Israel. Shalom, you Negroes. Shout out to my trolls. Hope everybody is doing well today. It's August 26th now, 2026. 82626. And we getting a little, I guess, Insomniac Theater in, right? Gonna rock out with a little Insomniac Theater. I'm sitting there eating some applesauce. Y'all know I'm so damn ghetto with it. But I love apple. I love these little applesauce cups, man. They're just like the perfect amount for me. And I try to keep them on hand. I need some fruit cocktail. Like I keep forgetting to get my fruit cocktail. But I like the fruit cocktail that's in the can. On your way in the door, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Smash the bell. Share to your socials. Make sure y'all check in with the chat. Salute my mods, y'all. Respect my mods. We soldiers over here. Salute, salute, salute. Let them know where you come from. Of course, we got a TJ watch going. We got an Amanaz watch going. We got a long time Death Note watch. But sometimes Death Note like the trolls, so he might be here. We just don't know. Shout out to Death Note, the world's greatest moderator. Um, I try to get, I be getting a sweet tooth, but I try to be cognitive of how much artificial sugar I'm putting in my body, cane sugar. So I try to get natural sugar. So I'll be getting my fruit in today though, because this applesauce and I had some pears earlier. I'm starting to discover fresh fruit ain't for me no more because I don't eat it fast enough. But canned fruit works for me. Never really thought I'd be a canned fruit person, or this kind of fruit, but it works. I gotta get my nutrients in. I might need another one of these. I might need a double shot. This is a little shot glass. I might need a double shot. We're going to talk about a couple of things this evening. And I'm going to jump right in a minute. Welcome to the People's Podcast. I am your host, V. Ben Israel, the People's Champ. I am the Day Walker. I am the Dark Knight. I am the Black MAGA. I am the Shogun of Charlotte. I'm Mr. Big Balls himself. Ladies call me the Cookie Monster. You can call me Pumpkin Escobar. I am the artist, the photographer, the two-time published author, formerly known as Van Johnson. You can find my latest book, 10-year anniversary, on Amazon, Me Dos Centimos. And it's funny with that book, a lot of what's happening right now, I predicted. Well, hell, if you go back 30 years to the first book, Negative Acceleration, oh boy, was I on fire then, boy. I predicted a lot of shit. Everybody say I'm crazy though. Welcome to reality. Welcome to reality. Uh-oh. Let me grab me one more, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm being real rude. Right back. Be right back. Shit, I need to order some more of these damn things. I'm almost out. I guess I didn't realize I've been eating them as much as I have. I originally bought them for my granddaughters, and Pop been eating them. Okay, that's what been happening. I ain't gonna blame this on the kids. It's me. And then when they was here, I forgot to tell them that I had some. I'm sure their mama saw it though. I'm the Heisenberg of this ish. They call me the Heisenberg because I say the shit you can't say. I'm the people's champ. Blame me. Say I ain't say it. Izzy said it. Because if you don't, they're going to attack you. Send them over here to me. I take all that smoke for y'all. I want that work. I love that. I like getting hit. Y'all know I'm a fighter. I'm a real fighter. My feet don't work, but my hands are still nice. You know, y'all know I'm nice, right? I can still throw a pretty ass jab. Now I'm probably gonna fall after I throw the motherfucker, but it's gonna connect. Don't worry. But seriously though, as always, for those of you who are new to my channel, my my purpose, my mission, I guess, I'm here for the young men. I appreciate y'all old ones like me who hang out, you ladies who hang out. Y'all not my target audience. My target audience is young men. But I got something for a little bit of everybody though. You know, I got a little bit for everybody. Well, where do we begin? Where do we begin? Where else? Stephen motherfucking A. Let's start there. Stephen A is going through an awakening of sorts or transition, if you will. I think it's more of awakening. I don't think he's transitioning. I think he's awakening to what he really is. And he's older than me. I'm 50 now, y'all. He's older. He's one of my elders. Very accomplished brother. However, and I think he's Gen X, but he's really close to baby boomers. If he ain't a baby boomer, he right there on the edge. And that explains a lot of his mindset. Not to take nothing away from him, but he's been socially engineered by the gynocracy. Ooh, that's a word y'all hadn't heard me say in a while, is it? The gynocracy strikes back, y'all. Mm-hmm. Stephen A. thought he could jump over here in this social media space, out here in these YouTube streets with us, and the gynocracy was going to protect him. That's why he's so hurt. He's really hurt. And because you can listen to the way he speaks. He always talks about his sisters and his daughters and all the women that work for him. And he's low key. No, he ain't even low key doing it. He's definitely pedestalizing them, or I hope I said that word right. My tongue is heavy. Putting them women on a pedestal all the time. And that's the gynocentric programming that he's been afflicted with all his life. But he's starting to reject that programming. And he's conflicted. Because he's saying, I didn't disparage that woman. I didn't say nothing that wasn't true about her. I invited her to come talk to me, he says, talking about Jazzy. Don't matter, Stephen. The gynocracy is not to be corrected. As I tell men all the time, it's going to take the end of the known world. And they still, a group of them, a large portion of them, still ain't going to get right. The whole world got to get destroyed. Because, see, us men, whether we're cognitive of it or not, we want to come up out of this captivity that we're in, right? So we instinctively, on some level, reject it. Women don't see themselves, black women don't see themselves in captivity. The system has been good to them. And they got rewarded with a gynocracy. But every now and then, some of them, they push that gynocracy too far. And then Master got come up, put him in the box. Y'all remember the box, right? Y'all know what I'm talking about? The box from Django. Remember when he got to Candyland? His wife, Django's wife, who was in the box. She was one of them rebellious ones, you know, and they had to break her. But like they said on Yellowstone, some horses can't be broke. Can't break every horse, man. And it ain't the horse fault that the horse don't want to be rode. But Stephen A., the gynocracy strikes back. He thought he was going to get protected. or he was going to get a pass. Nobody gets a pass from the gynocracy, brother. No black man gets a pass. You got to be checked. And that's what, and they don't care what you've done. There's no loyalty, there's no duty. They don't care how much you did, how many of them you've hired and employed and surrounded yourself with all your life. They don't care. You got to be checked. You're a disturbance in the continuum. They got to seal that breach. And that's what we're seeing with Stephen A., with the National Association of Black Journalists, who are run by black women, by the way. And they attacked him, and unjustly. And you could hear his own, search for it, go to his show, watch his last couple of videos. He's talking about it. But I believe that's going to lead to his spiritual awakening, because that's what's calling out. His spirit is rejecting the programming that the gynocracy has put on him his whole life. And I named the thumbnail, the title of this show, rather, Captivity. Whatever words you want to use. Captivity, bondage, slavery, incarceration. All the same stuff. We always, like I've been pointing out on the last few shows, we use the word systemic a lot lately when we talk about racism. But what y'all are missing is, again, I use the imagery of one, y'all think racism is one big circle, and then that's the system. No. You got a lot of little circles, all interconnected. And one of the tools of the said system, or network maybe is a better way to describe it, is the gynocracy. And that was specifically given to black women to keep black men, children, and other slaves in line. They the pit bulls, they the gatekeepers. And I think his first wake up, like the joke, you know how you in class, you got your head on the desk, and we all been there, right? You in class, you got your head down, and you feel like you falling, and you grab the desk and everybody laugh at you. Yeah, that happened to a lot of black men during the election. And they couldn't understand why Kamala didn't win. And the rest of us is looking like, are y'all serious? The rest of us knew she had no chance. But those people who have been socially engineered, they truly believe Kamala had a chance. I have family members to this day, black women in my family, who do not speak to me. They have not spoken to me since then. And the gynocrat men in my family, they defend the system too. You must have did something to them. You must have said something to them, is what a couple of them said to me. Like, I haven't spoken to them. I didn't talk to them right before the election or after the election. And I've been a conservative since 2004. So I'm not saying nothing new. And I do smoke shows all the time. So if they want to smoke, they can come up here. I ain't doing it offline no more. We're gonna have video evidence of the conversation if they want to have it with me. And here's my you gonna come to my space. Come see the king. If they want to have that conversation. If not, I wish you well. I get tired of telling people what I tell them. And they arguing with me. They don't know shit. They arguing with me about shit they don't know. And then they get mad when the shit happens exactly like I told them it was going to happen. Last conversation was with a relative of mine about Mandani up there in the tri-state area. New York, New Jersey, Connecticut. My question was, oh, he got good ideas, they said. Where the money gonna come from though? Ideas is one thing, but where the money gonna come from? This guy has never had a job in his life. He's never been responsible. He's cosplaying. He goes from he wanted to be a rapper, he wanted to be black. Now he wants to be a New Yorker. Now he wants to be mayor. He just a couple of years he'll want to be something else. And that's his life. Little pet projects for him, something to keep him busy. And he comes from money, so he's probably been like that all his life. Right? But I told him. And then what did he do? Almost 2 days after he got in office, he started asking for money again. I was like, I told you. And then he did things that he said he wasn't gonna do. Things that in this grocery store thing. Oh my God, that is gonna end horribly. But y'all wait and see. You got razor thin margins in retail, groceries, restaurants. It's like between 2 and 5% profit margin. He talking about selling groceries 30% below cost. Somebody tell me the math on that. How that math makes sense. At best, you got 5% to work with. Now take 30 from that. Don't that sound like negative 25% to you? And then who gonna make up that difference? The taxpayers. So he gonna run the other stores out of business, sell them below cost. That's backed by the taxpayers, and tell me how this math makes sense. And that's a good idea, but a lot of New Yorkers had to get that wake up call, right? But that's what happened to Stephen A. He got that jolt. He ain't all the way up yet. Because now he left the Democrat Party and he's an independent. See, people go independent when they can't commit and admit that they're conservative. Well, historically, that's what black people are. Regardless of how we vote, we're conservative people. We've just been lied to and been voting blindly because of the gynocracy supporting the Democrats. They had to come check his ass though. They wasn't he done said too much. He done Jazz Crockett said something about Letitia James one time, Michelle Obama, and there's one more he said something about. That's too many. They might have let him get away with one of them for a little while if he didn't keep going back to it. But to mention that many, now you're bashing, you're disparaging, even though he didn't say nothing that wasn't true. He didn't say anything that was denigrating. And he damn sure ain't. He ain't V. Okay? Could y'all imagine what kind of monster I would be if I had Stephen A's platform and money? I'd be a friggin' monster. You think they don't try to kill Trump a couple of times? They be actively trying to kill me. But the opposite of love isn't hate. The opposite of love is apathy. And men, you got to get to that state where you're apathetic. You're indifferent. Stand on business. If you truly love them. Because it's our job as men. We got to protect our loved ones from themselves, oftentimes. And we've gotten away from doing that the last few generations. And where has that gotten you? Nowhere. These boys is getting less coochie than ever. Because women don't respect it. I tell y'all all the time, she gonna be mad. She'll get over it. Especially when they realize what you're saying and doing is benefiting them. Or not. Maybe they won't understand. But stand on business as long as you know you're doing what's correct. How can you run God's house if you can't run your own? Playing, I'm sorry, y'all. How can you run God's house if you can't run your own? Paraphrasing scripture. But the gynocracy struck back and it's giving him a jolt, and he's still struggling because he wants to go to his programming, but there's a short circuit, there's a disconnect. And his spirit is starting to tell him, you're going the wrong way, bro. This ain't right. Especially as he engages more in the YouTube Black Manosphere space. And more when he enters that space, he's finding out there's a lot of conservative black men. And they're all married. They're not single men that hate women. These men in interacting with are married men. They love their families and their wives and their kids, and they want what's best for them. And he's conflicted. I think he claimed that independent title, though, to keep that door cracked that he may run for president on a Democrat ticket. But in all honesty, I see him running as a Republican, maybe not for president, but becoming a full-fledged Republican. He's too aligned with Republicans that he just don't even realize it yet. But his programming is put black women on a pedestal. But how does that benefit the community? And when you try to answer that equation, it doesn't compute. And you got to ask yourself, you serving God or you trying to serve women? Which one you want to do? Because that goes into another word that goes into idolatry. He's essentially made women gods in his mind, whether he openly admits that or not. And he got to rectify that because he's supposed to be a god. You can't be the boss and the help at the same time. You got which one you gonna be? But yeah, I saw that. I've been watching. I just hadn't been speaking on it, but I've been seeing it, and I saw how I heard he was because he was on vacation, and that man, he jumped on there to vent, and then I'm like, where all of these women in his life that he talks about, ain't none of them coming to defend him. Because, see, they know not to go against the gynocracy they damn selves. They all should have been standing behind him at some point, showing him support. He out there all alone. They just left him dangling out there. Oh, you ain't got my back? All of y'all, I done put all y'all to work all of these years and supported y'all all these years? Interesting. I guess he thinks that's air he's breathing. Slavery is a choice. Captivity is a choice. And there's levels to it. And we've never, as black men, never been in a patriarchy. It's always been a matriarchy since the plantation. But that's the choice. What a famous man once said, give me liberty or give me death. That's the choice. Some of us are gonna die coming up out of this captivity. So be it. Some of y'all are punks, man, and y'all scared to even take a hit, let alone die. You gonna stand on business, or you gonna? And some of you, I'm using this word gynocracy. I suggest you look it up. I'm not gonna break it down tonight. Look it up. And you only got really one natural, or gynocracy only appears in nature. I'm sure there are other mammals, but the only mammal I could think of that isn't a gynocracy is hyenas. And that's what men have been turned into. Black men have been turned in to play the same role as male hyenas. And when you gonna stop? Someone told me recently they didn't want to run from their problems. I said, well, think about it like this. You're not running from a problem. Try running to a solution. Think about it that way. Because marinating in problems ain't doing nothing for you. But the solution is over there. Why don't you run over there? And I've heard women say, oh, I don't go backwards. Then you stupid. So if you go down the wrong way, you ain't gonna turn around and go the other way. You ain't gonna go back where you came from. You gonna keep going down the wrong way. Just out of spite. That makes sense. Interesting. But maybe it's just me. Maybe it's me. Stand on business. Make a choice. Because slavery is a choice. You want to be a slave to your mama and your aunties and your sisters and everybody else, or you want to stand up and be a man. Because they're not going to respect you by being a male hyena. That ain't going to get you no respect, no way. And it ain't going to get you no coochie. How has that worked out for you? I really don't know how else to say it. I mean, I felt the man's pain, man. I saw it. Like, that brother hurting right there. I've been there. When we all get that jolt and come up out of it some sooner than others, and it's hard to see an older man go through it because he been living his life a certain way for so long, and to finally get that wake up call. I mean, some men are just so far gone. I got men in my family, they too old. They are who they are, they gonna die that way. And I accept it. I don't even try to talk to them no more. But to see men older than me that's can't shake it off. I got a family member moping around 10 years after his dead wife. Now, had it been reversed, she would have had another man before, and then his damn death certificate was dry. Facts. I've seen it too many times, especially here in the South. They will bury your ass. My Uncle Jack, he didn't even have a tombstone on his damn grave site. She already had another man living in his house. I said, shit. They was together like 50, 60 years. Wait, damn, you can't even give my uncle a year? Wow. So what you doing it for? With all of those women that you employ, Stephen A., stand them up behind you. Let's see the support. Let them speak for you against the sister girls. I bet you they won't. We'll see. Stay tuned. On your way out the door, hit the like button, subscribe button, share button, hit the cash app, all that good stuff. Send me $2 for the Pure Elite Tea Fund. $ send the number 2, the letter V. Send 2V. Because I'm not sponsored by nobody but y'all, the people. That's why I'm the champ. I say the things you can't say. I say them for you. So you won't be attacked. Thank you for stopping by the People's Podcast. I'm your host, V. Ben Israel, the People's Champ. But you can call me V. It's your boy.